Carbide burrs, renowned for their precision in grinding, deburring, and contouring, find a powerful synergy when integrated with CNC machines, enabling automated, repeatable operations that elevate manual rotary tool work to industrial-scale efficiency and accuracy. This integration transforms carbide burrs from handheld attachments into programmable end mills for tasks like mold finishing, aerospace component detailing, or custom prototyping, where the machine's rigidity and software control minimize human error while maximizing throughput. However, successful setup requires meticulous attention to compatibility, calibration, and optimization to prevent issues like vibration, tool deflection, or suboptimal surface finishes. This guide walks through the integration process step by step, verbally detailing key procedures such as mounting burrs and spindles and programming tool paths for automated grinding, while offering software tips for achieving micron-level precision. Conceptual diagrams, described narratively, illustrate workflows to visualize the seamless flow from preparation to execution, ensuring users can conceptualize the process without physical prototypes. The integration begins with hardware preparation and burr selection, a foundational step that ensures compatibility between the carbide burr and the CNC spindle to avoid catastrophic failures during high-speed runs. Start by evaluating your CNC machine's spindle specifications. Most hobbyist or mid-range mills feature ER collets, e.g., ER16 or ER32, with speeds up to 24,000 RPM, ideal for carbide burrs' optimal range of 10,000 to 20,000 RPM, depending on material hardness. Select burrs with precision ground shanks, tolerances of plus or minus 0.0005 inches, to match the collate's grip, opting for micrograin carbide grades for durability in automated cycles. For instance, a 1/4 inch cylindrical burr suits general deburring, while a pointed cone excels for fine engraving paths. Verbally guiding the mounting, clean the shank and collet with isopropyl alcohol to remove residues. Insert the burr fully, at least 3/4 inch engagement, into the collet, and tighten with a torque wrench to 1.5 to 2 Newton meters, ensuring no wobble by running a low-speed test, 5,000 RPM, and checking runout with a dial indicator. Under 0.001 inches is acceptable for precision work. Once mounted, balance the assembly using a dynamic balancer if available, as imbalances amplify at CNC speeds, potentially causing spindle bearing wear. Envision a conceptual diagram here. A linear flowchart starting with a spindle icon branching to burr selection, shapes like cylinder and cone illustrated as silhouettes, flowing to cleaning and insertion with arrowed steps, then tightening and test run, ending in a balanced wheel symbol, visually mapping the sequence to highlight error checkpoints like runout measurement. With the burr securely mounted, calibration and tool length offsetting follow to establish a reliable reference frame for the CNC's coordinate system, preventing crashes or inaccurate depths in automated operations. Use the machine's touch probe or a manual height gauge to set the z-axis 0 by jogging the spindle down until the burr tip lightly contacts a reference surface, e.g. a spoil board or workpiece. Recording the offset in the controller, typically via G-code commands like G92Z0 for absolute positioning. For multi-tool setups, employ an automatic tool changer, ATC, if your CNC supports it, programming a tool table in the software to store offsets for each burr. This is crucial for hybrid jobs switching from roughing with a large ball burr to finishing with a fine flame shape. Verbal advice: perform a dry run at 50% speed without material to verify offsets, adjusting for thermal expansion in the spindle, up to 0.002 inches after warm-up, by reprobing post-initial cycles. Software tips for precision enter here. In KM programs like Fusion 360 or Mastercam, input burr geometry, diameter, flute length, shank size into the tool library to generate accurate simulations, enabling collision detection and adaptive clearing strategies that maintain constant engagement angles, 15 to 30 degrees, for even wear. Imagine a diagram illustrating this calibration workflow. A circular process loop with the spindle at the center, arrows radiating to probe contact, offset entry, and dry run verification, connected by dashed lines representing software feedback loops, where icons of G-code snippets float along the paths to denote digital integration. Programming toolpaths for automated grinding represents the heart of optimization, where CAD/CAM software translates designs into executable G-code that directs the CNC to follow precise trajectories, leveraging the Burr's flutes for efficient material removal without manual intervention. Begin by importing your model into the CAM environment, defining the workpiece stock, and selecting the Carbide Burr from the tool library to generate roughing paths. Use adaptive milling strategies with step-downs of 0.010 to 0.020 inches for hard metals like steel, ensuring the path avoids full slotting to prevent deflection. For finishing, program contouring or engraving paths with a small step-over, 5 to 10% of burr diameter, at higher feeds, 20 to 50 IPM, incorporating ramping entries to gradually immerse the burr and reduce initial torque spikes. Verbally detailing a sample path for deburring a bracket. Start with a helical ramp into the edge at 15,000 RPM and 30 IPM, following a parallel offset curve along the contour, then a pocketing spiral for internal radii, using a ball burr to blend corners seamlessly. Software tips enhance precision. Utilize simulation tools to visualize chip loads, adjusting RPM dynamically via adaptive algorithms, e.g., in vCarve, set constant load to 0.5 to 1.0 cubic inches per minute, and incorporating dwell commands for cooling in heat-sensitive materials like aluminum. For complex geometries, apply 3D toolpaths with scallop heights under 0.001 inches to achieve mirror finishes. A conceptual diagram for this programming workflow might depict a layered schematic. The top layer shows CAD model import as a wireframe outline, flowing downward through toolpath generation, with swirling arrow paths representing roughing spirals, then finishing contours as fine zigzags, culminating in G-code export at the base, with software icons, e.g., Fusion 360 logo, bridging layers to illustrate the digital to physical transition. Optimization extends to runtime parameters and post-processing, where fine-tuning spindle speed, feed rates, and coolant delivery maximizes burr life and surface quality while adapting to real-time variables like material inconsistencies. Monitor RPM via the CNC controller, starting at 12,000 for stainless steel and scaling to 18,000 for aluminum to balance heat. Keep under 600 degrees Fahrenheit, and evacuation. Integrate flood coolant or mist systems programmed via M codes, e.g., M07 for on, M09 for off, to flush chips and lubricate, extending carbide flute integrity by 40%. For precision, employ probing cycles mid-job to verify dimensions, adjusting paths on the fly with macros if deviations exceed 0.005 inches. Software tips include using post-processors tailored to your machine, e.g., for Haas mills, select the appropriate output to include safe Z-retracts, and integrating CAM plugins for tool wear compensation, which incrementally increases feed rates as the burr dulls to maintain consistent removal rates. Verbally narrate an optimization sequence. During a grinding cycle on a composite panel, the software detects vibration via spindle load feedback, pausing to recalibrate RPM down 2,000 units, resuming with a refined path that hugs the contour at a 20-degree tilt for optimal flute engagement. Envision a diagram for this optimization phase. A feedback loop cycle with the CNC machine icon at the core, arrows looping through runtime monitoring, thermometer and speedometer symbols, parameter adjustment, sliders for RPM/feed, and probing verification, probe tip touching surface, encircled by software code snippets to convey adaptive control. Safety and maintenance round out the integration, ensuring sustained performance and hazard mitigation in automated environments. Always enclose the work area with guards to contain flying chips from high-speed burr operations, and program emergency stops, M00. At critical junctures, post-job, remove the burr, clean flutes with a brass brush, and inspect for wear using a bore scope, rotating stock to distribute usage. For longevity, limit continuous runs to 30 to 60 minutes with cool-down periods and store in anti-corrosion cases. A final conceptual diagram encapsulates the full workflow. A horizontal timeline from left to right, beginning with hardware prep, spindle mounting icons, progressing through calibration and programming, software screens, execution and optimization, path animations, and ending at maintenance and safety. Checklist symbols, with vertical connectors linking steps to emphasize iterative refinement. By following these verbalized steps, from spindle mounting to path programming, and leveraging software for precision, integrating carbide burrs with CNC machines unlocks unparalleled automation, delivering flawless results across industries while optimizing for efficiency and reliability.